A woman who actually had her brakes fail during a crash has to pay Tesla. Kid you not, put it at full mass. This is an insane story. A woman's parents were injured in a Tesla crash. She ended up having to pay Tesla damages. So here's what happened. Zhang Yazhou was sitting in the passenger seat of her Tesla when she said she heard her father's panicked voice. The brakes don't work. The Associated Press reports they were approaching a red light, so her father swerved around two cars before plowing into an SUV and a sedan and crashing into a large concrete barrier. Zhang gazed at the deflating airbag in front of her. She could never have imagined what was to come. Tesla sued her for defamation, for complaining publicly about the car's brakes. And Tesla won. How? So a Chinese court ordered she would have to pay more than $23,000 in damages and publicly apologize to the trillion-dollar company. Why? Traffic police determined that the crash was her dad's fault because he had not maintained a safe distance, a safe following distance. Zhang, however, insisted that the brakes had malfunctioned, sending the car out of control. She filed a complaint with the local market regulator requesting a refund and compensation. Teslas are among the most computerized cars on the market. So Zhang asked the automaker to turn over the full pre-crash data from the car, hoping it might help explain what went wrong. Tesla, well, they refused. After weeks of stewing, she draped her damaged car with the banner proclaiming, quote, Tesla brake failure in front of the Tesla dealership. She sat on the Tesla's roof and blared her protest through a bullhorn. I like her style. Tesla Model 3 brakes failed, she said. A family of 4 almost died, she said. The next month, she parked her damaged car outside an auto show. It was all to no avail. Tesla refused to turn over the full data, and mediation went absolutely nowhere. Figuring that top Tesla officials would attend an April auto show in Shanghai, she and a friend who had also experienced a problem with their Tesla donned matching t-shirts with the phrase, quote, brakes fail, end quote, and headed for Tesla's booth, determined to buttonhole executives. The automakers officials avoided them, Zhang said, and they couldn't get anyone to hear them out. Zhang clambered on top of a shiny red display model and started yelling too. Things escalated. The moment captured on cell phone videos shot by onlookers went viral on Chinese media. Security guards hauled Zhang out and she was detained for 5 days. And then she found herself on the receiving end of a lawsuit by Tesla, which means they were paying attention the whole time. Tesla said Zhang had deliberately spread false information that damaged the brand and asked for 5 million yuan. That's 684,000 in damages. Zhang is not the only one to find herself at the crosshairs of Tesla, which is led by Elon Musk, the pretend to be genius. Among the richest men in the world and self-described free speech absolutist. Over the last 4 years, Tesla has sued at least 6 car owners in China who had certain vehicle malfunctions, quality complaints, or accidents they claim were caused by mechanical failures. It is not common practice for automakers in China or elsewhere to sue their customers. But Tesla has pioneered an aggressive legal strategy and leveraged the patronage of powerful leaders in China's ruling Communist Party to silence critics, reap financial rewards, and limit its accountability. Same thing Elon is doing in America. AP found that Tesla won nearly 90% of the civil cases over safety, quality, or contract disputes brought by customers. That is an impossible freaking average of victory. Impossible. Back in court as a defendant, Zhang was unable to prove that the brakes on her Tesla had indeed failed. In a closed trial, a Shanghai court ruled in May 2024 that Zhang's public complaints went beyond what magistrates consider reasonable factual criticism, or ordered her to publicly apologize and pay $23,000 to cover damages and legal costs of the world's most valuable car company. Back in the US, Musk has now been awarded millions in new government contracts, even as I call it, Dodge torches other according to elite filing. So they're taking away programs, slashing budgets, taking money out of good programs to help everyday people, but he's getting billions in our taxpayer money. SpaceX, according to policy analyst Will Stansel, who obtained a filing purportedly from a federal grant database showing that SpaceX was awarded a $38.8 million contract from NASA this week. That contract is for research and development in the physical engineering and life sciences. And NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center is listed as the contracting office on file. There you have it. You can look to what happened in China to understand what's happening here. Yes, thoughts?
Yeah, Tesla doesn't need the money here. They need the PR. Tesla sales are down all over the world. Ever since Trump was inaugurated, since Elon basically took over our government, Tesla sales have plunged. I think it was 63% in France, 60% in Germany. They're down in China, in Scandinavia, here in the US. And apart from the fact that the new Cybertruck has been reported to allegedly be more dangerous than the infamous Ford Pinto, Tesla has a huge optics problem. And this is what happens when corporations and brands are so closely tied to one personality. Yep. As soon as that personality falters in the public eye, the company and the brand that have been inextricably tied to that personality also falters. So Elon can and does do whatever he wants to do, as is his right as the richest man in the world, I guess. The people who actually run his companies will likely suffer for it too, though. And they can't as easily afford to lose their livelihoods just because of whatever it is that Elon Musk chooses to do today.
Yep, and you're right about the profit-loss dynamic. The reality is Teslas, those cars have never made a profit, even though the stock has been moderately successful at times. Look at the actual ratio of consumers to production. He's not running a profitable company. Now it's even worse.